technology that is built for your every sense. Acer Pure from Acer.
To be reiterating his hollow claim of ending 7 wars, and one of those 7 wars that he believes was a potential nuclear conflict was between India and Pakistan, which he says that in 7 months of his office, he has managed to ease the tensions between the two neighbors. Now, the self-proclaimed peacemaker also spoke about his desire to be awarded with the Nobel Peace Prize, claiming that everyone thinks that he deserves one for his efforts for brokering peace across the globe.
In a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. In all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. This includes Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, the Congo and Rwanda, a vicious, violent war that was, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, and Armenia and Azerbaijan. It included all of them. No president or prime minister, and for that matter, no other country has ever done anything close to that. It's never happened before. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements. But for me, the real prize will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up with their mothers and fathers, because millions of people are no longer being killed in endless and unglorious wars. What I care about is not winning prizes, it's saving lives. We saved millions and millions of lives with the 7 wars.
Well, Srinjoy, as far as President Trump is concerned, he also doesn't look at the UN with a lot of seriousness. He's called that organization out multiple times. But speaking of unendable wars, well, there are unendable conflicts that are still intensifying, rather, when we speak of what's happening in the Middle East and, of course, Russia-Ukraine war.
Undoubtedly, and the point that must be noted is that he ended the war between Israel and Iran. How did he end the war? He says he ended the war, but he actually bombed Iran. Let's not forget that. As far as India and Pakistan is concerned, enough has already been said. How the Pakistani DGMO called his Indian counterpart, Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai, and said, can we have a ceasefire? So all of that is known. Now, one war remains, and this is a war President Trump said he would end in a day. It would not have happened. It would not have begun if he were president, number one. And then once he became president, he would end it in a day. He's been president for about 250 days. The war still continues, and that's a war more bitter and more damaging, not only for the two countries, but for the world, than any of these conflicts that took place. So, importantly, if President Trump actually plays a role in ending that one, then maybe the world will be grateful to him. But as far as these 7 are concerned...
End the wars once for all, and maybe then he can even deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. We have seen multiple countries, including Pakistan, actually backing that call for a Nobel Peace Prize to be awarded to the President of the United States of America. But speaking of India, because we've seen that more than once mention of India that was made by President Trump, where we have seen, I mean, he continues to remain unpredictable, because just days after the Prime Minister's birthday and that phone conversation that happened between the two leaders, now it seems that the UNGA, Donald Trump seems to be declaring that China and India play the central role when it comes to funding the war machine with its continued purchase of Russian oil. However, he has also now made an addition of the NATO countries, saying that there are certain countries which form the NATO which should also immediately cease their oil purchases from Russia or face decisive action from the US.
China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries have not cut off much Russian energy and Russian energy products. They're funding the war against themselves. Who the hell ever heard of that one?
Well, at the UNGA address, we are looking at Donald Trump repeating the same line, especially when it comes to ending war between India and Pakistan that has been denounced by the both countries, calling it as a strictly bilateral issue, and especially when it comes to the ongoing tensions, trade-wise, that have also intensified, but in a way seems to be also improving as India continues to push for a trade deal. With that, we head into a short break.